From the Weather NorCal Command Center, this is your morning update.
Daniels Roofing, licensed, bonded, insured roofing contractor. 45 years of generational expertise, offering a variety of roofing systems in the North State. Composition shingles, metal, tile, fire-safe wood shingles, and spray foam roofing systems. An energy-saving cool roof, perfect for commercial flat roofs and mobile homes. With other companies, you may get a foreman or a salesman. But with Daniels Roofing, you get Daniel. Call today for your free estimate. Daniels Roofing, 3 generations working hard to protect your home and business.
Happy holidays from Weather NorCal and our sponsors. Have a wonderful holiday season.
Well, happy Thursday morning to you. I'm Chief Meteorologist Mike Kruger. Let's get a look at your Kruger's Quickcast. Just a quick look at the forecast for the day so you know what to expect. Heading out the door this morning, 8 a.m., if we see any drizzle, and there's a slight chance for drizzle early this morning for the North Coast, Trinity County, maybe Western Siskiyou County. Maybe, right? But by 8 a.m., I think most of that drizzle will be gone if it even develops. So we'll be looking at mostly cloudy skies to start out the day, but those clouds will probably start to decrease as we take you through the afternoon. So again, you can kind of see some of that drizzle, but you see how quickly by 8 a.m., if it develops, it's going to be gone. And then by noon, we're looking at clear skies, and then looks like sunny skies here for your Thursday afternoon, and clear skies for tonight as well. Watching that marine layer get closer to the coast, though, looks like by the time we get into your Friday. Here's your North Coast forecast, or North Coast, your NorCal forecast. Upper 60s here for the valley. We're talking 40s and 50s for the higher elevations. And for the North Coast, temperatures upper 50s to low 60s for the coast. And then, of course, even the inland areas in the low 60s. Your 7-day outlook, temperatures upper 60s for today and tomorrow. And then we do see temperatures start to drop over the weekend and even more so for next week. That downward trend could mean the beginning of some changes toward the end of next week. We'll get into that in the deeper dive forecasting here just a bit. Maybe some morning drizzle. Otherwise, just mostly cloudy this morning. Clearing this afternoon. Dry and looks like mild here for your Friday. Slight chance for showers Saturday. We'll get into that in more detail as far as those chances. It's a pretty slim chance, by the way, so don't count on much, if anything. Same situation for Mount Shasta as well. Otherwise, we're going to be dry and mild at least through the middle of next week. And it looks like, again, that downward trend in those temperatures. All right, that's your Quickcast. Hope you have yourselves a great day. Let's get into that deeper dive. Let's see what we can expect as we go for the rest of this week, through the weekend, and next week. So it does look like it will be mainly dry for the rest of this week. There are a couple of weak disturbances I've got my eyes on. Of course, one that's moving through this morning is giving us the clouds. But there's another one on Saturday that's going to clip Northern California. Could bring some of us a chance for some showers as well. But we also have mainly dry, but cooler for next week. And the long range is indicating that maybe toward the end of next week, into that next weekend, a change in the weather pattern. Cooler, wetter. Could that be the case here? So you can see some of that drizzle trying to develop here this morning. Otherwise, just mostly cloudy skies. By 8 a.m., if it's going to start to clear out. We're going to be looking at clearing skies here before noon. And then through the afternoon, you've got mainly sunny skies here. And then there's that marine layer approaching the coast as early as Friday morning. Friday afternoon, still that marine layer along the coast. Maybe some high clouds pushing through on Friday for the rest of us. And then for Friday night into Saturday morning, still that marine layer along the coast and just a few high clouds for the rest of us. So we've got that ridge of high pressure. That's the dominant feature. That's been the dominant feature here this week and will continue to be the case for the next couple of days. But this area of low pressure right here is going to ride over that ridge and kind of break away at the ridge a little bit. So instead of that nice dominant ridge that I was just talking about, now we've got a little dip in the jet stream, but this is just a minor trough. This is nothing major. If we had it digging more to the south, then we'd be looking at probably more rain and cooler temperatures. So what you'll notice here is, number one, the rain and snow that we're seeing in the Pacific Northwest, not very significant, is it? I mean, this is pretty light that we're looking at here. Number two, it's just clipping Northern California. And I got to tell you, the forecast models this morning have kind of backed off on just how far south it will clip into Northern California. And you can see here, it's actually pushing more to the north. So at this point, I'd say yes, there is a slight chance for showers for the North Coast, for Trinity County, maybe Siskiyou County. But don't count on much. if anything, really, quite honestly. Then this area of low pressure yesterday was a little bit more to the west. And as a result, that was going to give us stronger winds for Sunday, Monday. But now this low pressure is kind of pushing itself more to the east. As a result, the winds may not be as strong, but a bit of a north wind, calling it breezy for your Sunday and your Monday. That moves on out of here. And then for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday of next week, kind of a broad ridge of high pressure. But what will eventually happen is this ridge of high pressure is going to break down. And based on the long-range forecast models, this model and the European forecast model are both in agreement that sometime near the end of next week into the next weekend, we could be talking about a cooler and, dare I say it, a wetter pattern. And the Climate Prediction Center is actually picking up on that potential by putting us in the wetter than normal category. Now, again, this is toward the end of next week into the next weekend. So we've still got to get through this weekend. We've still got to get through most of next week before we could see that potential. And here's the thing, it's not guaranteed yet, but we're beginning to see the forecast models begin to align a little bit more. And this is another sign that we could see that potential change. You see how warm it is today and tomorrow. But temperatures do start to drop. They'll drop even more. And in fact, by the end of next week, now we're talking mid to upper 50s. We're getting below normal. So with these cooler temperatures, that could help to open the door a little bit more to allow some of these storms and that rain to move in. Fingers crossed, we could certainly use that rain. This has been a good break, but we could certainly use more rainfall. There you can see your wave heights for today, your wave heights for tomorrow. Not much change. You're going to see them kind of come in and then kind of backing off again here for Friday afternoon. So your marine forecast for today. North winds at 5 knots, waves from the west at 6 feet at about 13 seconds, and there are no advisories here for today. So here's your Trinity County forecast for today. Temperatures mainly in the 60s, maybe some morning drizzle. Otherwise, just mostly cloudy skies this morning, clearing out this afternoon. Friday, dry. Looks like maybe a chance for showers on Saturday, but don't count on much, if anything. That'll be the case here for the North Coast as well. Otherwise today, 63 degrees for Blue Lake, 61 degrees for Garberville and Shelter Cove, about 62 degrees. Up north, 71 for Orleans. Yeah, some of us could touch that 70-degree mark here for some of those warmer spots inland. 63 in Gasquet and 61 degrees in Orick. Hey, let's take you out to Siskiyou County, and there you can see 40s and 50s for your daytime highs today. Slight chance for showers Saturday. Otherwise, don't count on much. And then we're dry through the middle of next week. Your Modoc County neighborhood forecast, dry for the next 7 days. Temperatures mainly in the 40s. Warmer spots, Alturas 50. 50 degrees for Fort Bidwell and 50 in Eagleville. Here's your Eastern Mountains neighborhood forecast. 40s and 50s. Some warmer spots, Shingletown and Paradise around 61. You're dry for the next 7 days. Your Valley neighborhood forecast brought to you by Walgamith Painting. Your temperatures in the low to mid 60s for Corning southward. Dry for the next 7 days, getting cooler for next week. Now, we could quite possibly touch 70 for some of those warmer spots today, like wouldn't be out of the question for Anderson, Redding, City of Shasta Lake, maybe Palo Cedro and Bella Vista to maybe touch that 70-degree mark. But again, notice the trend as we look at that 7-day outlook for Redding here. So we're close to 70 today and tomorrow. Low 60s over the weekend. Low 60s as we go into Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. See how it's getting cooler, but we're still dry. But as I mentioned, maybe looking at a better chance for some of that wetter weather toward the end of next week. That's your morning update. I will not be back at noon. In fact, Chase Wilson will be back at noon to give you your afternoon update and your evening update as well. And then, of course, he'll be back again for your Friday. And through the weekend, I'll be back Monday morning at 6 a.m. and Coffee with Kruger at 7 a.m. Until then, have a great rest of your week and weekend.
Caltrans is doing the best that they can with the amount of people and the amount of equipment they have, and they're out there trying to keep the roads safe and trying to keep everybody running, because if the roads shut down, truck drivers that are paid by the miles aren't making any money. So we want everybody to put chains on for the safety of themselves and the safety of the public. It's not worth it to drive without chains.